I just wanted to kind of talk briefly about just a little bit of what the workshop will be like and what the topics will be on. So, gender expression versus gender identity. Oh, yes, yes. Okay, we've got gender identity here at first. So, this is what the unicorn is thinking, right? This is the unicorn's internal sense of what their gender identity is. Sorry, unicorn, I don't know what pronouns you use, so I'm just gonna stick with they, them for now. For example, let's take a look at Coda here. So Coda does have pronouns he, him, according to his little info card I got, Super Gang Gnome. And we look at his identity, male, versus the expression, external. So Coda's got this fabulous little pearl earrings and belt situation. It's got these fishnet situation happening. Got a lot of glitter, fabulousness. Got these lashes for days. Yes, honey. Typically, some of those things have been associated with being a woman or femininity, female, whatever. So that the gender expression would be female. And this is, of course, really kind of reducing all these complex issues, but this is 101, so we're going to stick with it. Okay. If someone were to look at the gender expression of Coda, they probably would have a lot of mixed feelings or confusion and not know how to refer to him. Maybe they kind of have that stumble moment of she, I mean he, I mean that's where the expression part can be a lot different than identity. The identity part is the internal experience which no one can define except that person. Who are we to know how that person identifies? For example, let's just use me as an example. I identify as non binary and even more specifically queer femme, which to me means that I embrace a lot of feminine energy and parts of that expression. But that ultimately doesn't feel like I'm a 100% a woman. Most days I go out into the world, people see me and they will assume my identity is female based on my hair, my body type, and dress, like wearing a dress or heels or whatever. And even then, I kind of like, yes, like I am fucking living my best drag fantasy right now. And so I don't mind. Would I wish that people would see all the other parts of my internal identity and ask me before assuming? Yes. And at the same time, the parts of gender expression that have just so much cultural weight and meaning and construction is going to take a lot to dismantle. That's the part of the workshop that I really want to do, is just be able to play with expression, right? Expressing different attributes of gender, and generally that's within whatever cultural context that person lives in. Let's assume Western American culture. And then being able to take those traits and flipping them on their head, or embracing them because they do match with our internal identity, or just wearing whatever the hell we want because clothes are clothes, toys are toys, makeup is makeup. No one and those things themselves don't have gender, they just are. And so being able to create spaces where we can have the freedom to be able to express whatever we want, just like any other kind of art form. RuPaul probably the world's most famous drag queen, very famous quote, we were all born naked and the rest is drag. And I think that there's a lot of truth to that, especially with the gender expression part. Gender was assigned onto us by doctors based on genitalia. Is that really the only thing we're going to let define our gender? Why? And why should we limit ourselves to having certain genitalia as how we can or cannot express ourselves? We all have parts of ourselves that are embracing masculine, feminine, androgyny, or something else entirely. And that's the part where gender expression can be so liberating. It can match your identity, doesn't have to. There can be parts that match. Ultimately, you got to do you. So, anyway, happy Pride, and I hope to maybe see you at the workshop